Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Sports Predictions. I'm your host, Movie Master Mike.
And I'm Boston Boy.
All right, we are back and just as mediocre as ever with Week 14 of the 2014 NFL season. Wow, can't believe it. But before we get into Week 14, let's do a quick recap of Week 13. We had the Bears and the Lions. The Lions won, pretty much destroyed the Bears. The Eagles and Cowboys. The Eagles destroyed the Cowboys. The Seahawks and Niners, and the Seahawks
destroyed the Niners.
Yeah, pretty much destroyed the Niners. That was all the Thursday Thanksgiving games.
Yeah.
All right, moving into the Sunday games, we had the Browns and the Bills. The Bills won. The Chargers and Ravens. The Chargers won. The Panthers and Vikings. The Vikings won. Bengals and Bucks. The Bengals won. Titans and Texans. The Titans destroyed them. And J.J. Watt got another receiving touchdown, like we talked about. It's the only reason people talk about the Texans. Redskins and Colts. The Colts won. Giants and Jaguars. The Jaguars won. That's fucking awesome. Saints and Steelers. The Saints won. Raiders and Rams. The Rams fucking shut them out 52-0. Wow. Cardinals and Falcons. The Falcons won. Patriots and Packers. Sadly, the Packers won. Broncos and Chiefs. The Broncos won. And the Monday night game, the Dolphins and Jets. The Dolphins won. So some interesting games, a few close games. Chargers and Ravens came down to the last second.
The Bengals Buccaneers, it came down to this last second with that weird-ass red flag, you know, the challenge from...
Oh, yeah.
From Bengals.
That's right. Yeah. There was a few other close ones, I thought. The Giants-Jaguars, that was real close.
Yeah.
1 point. And then Saints and Steelers, just a few points. And it wasn't that close because the Steelers got a touchdown at the last second.
Yeah.
And even when the 7 points,
it still didn't matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't have won. So, but it still looks like a close game with the score. So yeah, some good games, some not so good games.
Patriots, Packers. If we hadn't gotten sacked on the like,
fourth down
20-yard
or the
line
third
or
down,
whatever.
yeah. Instead of being, it was 4th and 18 after the sack, something like that.
The sacks.
We should have just went for it. We missed the field goal.
Why even go for the field goal?
We would have been down by 2 points if we would have made the field goal.
It would have been the same end result.
Yeah, so that was poor judgment, but. I think we both agreed that if the Patriots were to lose one more game this season, this would be the one.
Yeah.
Because the Packers
This is the one I've been eyeballing since we started our run. Like, since we beat the Bengals, Packers, that's the game that we'll probably lose, if any, for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so not a huge surprise that the Packers won, but still sad.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into Week 14. We got the first game, the Thursday night game, Cowboys at the Bears.
Yeah, and the Cowboys, they're beginning their slide into, in December, they say Romo's that's his worst month,
Mm-hmm.
And
which is ironic because that's Brady's best month.
Right. A lot of and I guess we'll get to the Chargers in a bit, but it's what's his name's best month too, but Phillip Rivers. Anyhow, Cowboys, Bears. I'm actually going to go with the Bears here. I think the Bears are going to beat the Cowboys at home. It's going to be 20 degrees or something. And they beat them last year in similar weather at Soldier Field. So I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right, the Cowboys lost last Thursday in a divisional game, so they're not number one in the division. They're 8-4. Bears are 5-7. You're right with the whole. The Cowboys play in a dome, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and the Cowboys, I guess they haven't lost an away game yet this season, which is also noteworthy. But they've played better on the road than they have at home.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But yeah, in cold weather, I don't know. My gut still says go with the Cowboys. They're just better. They've got. I don't know. They just play better football because the Bears just suck. Yeah. They've won 5 games, but that's more than some. But I'm still gonna go with the Cowboys. All right. Moving on to the Sunday games, we got the Ravens at the Dolphins.
Man, this is probably one of the best games this week.
Yeah, this is a tough one. When I was looking at these earlier, I was like, ooh, which one do I choose?
Yeah, the Ravens.
I hate both the teams.
Yeah. I don't know which I hate more. Well, I don't really hate the Dolphins. I hate them because they're in our division, but the Patriots division. The Ravens I really hate.
Mm-hmm.
As far as better team, the Ravens lost a close game that they were leading against the Chargers, and the Dolphins won a struggle against the Jets, a defensive battle, even though the Jets only threw the ball 17 times, something like that, and only completed half of them. But man, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins at home.
Yeah, the Ravens, that was a tough game for them. They let the Chargers come back and just win it. Yeah, and the Dolphins, they almost beat the Broncos last week, or the week 12.
Yeah.
And then week 13, yeah, they struggled. They really sucked in the first half, and then they really put it together to beat the Jets in the second half.
Mm.
And hold them. They held them. They held the Jets off. I forget what they did, but
Yeah, it was red zone, I think. Yeah, something like that.
yeah, I forget what happened. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Dolphins at home. They're
Yeah.
not that they're better than the Ravens, but I think at home the Dolphins can beat them.
Yeah, it's one of those coin flips where the home team got to give them the nod.
Yeah. All right, next we got the Colts at the Browns.
A lot of when they put Manziel in the game last week, fourth quarter, to try and light a spark, and he did come out and threw some pretty impressive throws. Although one of them they were kind of analyzing, he threw it behind the guy, but he ran that in that touchdown as well.
Oh yeah.
Then he got sacked, almost had a safety, but anyway, they went with Hoyer, which is good. I think most people were thinking that Hoyer is still the best decision right now. Colts, man, are a better team. Man, I really want the Browns to win that division,
Yeah.
but as much as I want them to, I don't think they're going to win this game. I have to go Colts.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're going with Hoyer instead of Manziel.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I was watching something and they were saying, like, I think one of the analysts actually played with Manziel in college,
All right.
which is weird that he's not, in
Playing.
the NFL. Yeah.
Didn't make the cut, I guess.
Yeah. But he was saying, like, he knows, he can do it. If they go with him, that's great, because he is a good quarterback,
Yeah.
But go with who got you there,
Mm.
So, but I'm going to have to agree with you. I think the Colts are a better team, and Luck is a much better quarterback than Hoyer. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go Colts. I mean, there was a few times last Sunday where he throws the ball like 40 yards down the field, like to an open guy. I was like, how did that guy get open? So I'm going to go Colts on the road for the win. Next, we got the Panthers and the Saints divisional game.
Yeah, right now the the Falcons are number one in that division.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, no, they're tied with the Saints still, right?
But I think right now they're saying that the for whatever reason the Falcons are the lead in the division.
Okay.
By the way, they're both 5-7. Yeah.
Yep, both 5-7.
Yeah.
They probably have more divisional wins.
I guess that's the only thing I can think of because I don't think they beat the Saints, did they?
I'm not sure if they.
Or no, they did. It was like week 1. They did beat the Saints.
Oh, okay.
But
It's hard to remember that far back now.
I mean, I think the Falcons and Saints are both better than their records.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think the Saints are still better than the Falcons.
Yep.
And I think the Saints hopefully should and will pull ahead in this game. Although I shouldn't say hopefully. I don't know who I want to win that division. Who I'd prefer, the Saints or the Falcons. But I think the Saints probably deserve it, or are the better team. So and are better than the Carolina Panthers, and they're going to win this game at home in the Dome.
Yeah, the Panthers they suck. 3-8-1. Which it's sad that the Saints are only 5-7. I think they should be 7-5 at least. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go Saints at home in the Dome.
Yeah.
For the divisional lead. All right, next we got the Steelers and the Bengals. Interesting game, divisional game.
So we know that one of these teams is not going to be ahead in the
7-5, 8-3.
assuming the Browns lose, one of these teams will be ahead of the division.
Yeah, and the
right now the
Ravens.
Bengals are, but you get a game and a half lead, I think, in the division, the Bengals. But this is a good one. They played pretty good last time. Wasn't it a tight game?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bengals are better, and they're at home. I'm going to give the nod to the Bengals.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Steelers, they had their moment in the sun with those two incredible games.
Right.
So I think them playing like that isn't going to happen again. I mean, they could win this game easily. I mean, they're still a good team.
Yeah.
But I think the Bengals are better at home. It's not a
primetime
game, so I think they're going to do well. I mean, last week was a primetime game, and they barely won that game. So,
Yeah.
but I'm going to go Bengals at home. Next, we got the Bucks and the Lions.
Man, Buccaneers, that 12 men on the field call or whatever, they
Oh,
almost
yeah.
won that game. It's too bad for them.
Yep.
That was their moment to pull off an upset, and I can't imagine it being against the Lions, who are a pretty good team. So go to the Lions. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, the Bucks, man, that really sucks for them. That call, that was sad. But
Shouldn't have had 12 men on the field.
yeah, that's true. And they still had another chance to just replay the play and get the first down again, but they just couldn't do it. Yeah. And the Lions, they're still good. They're 8-4. They had the 2 losses back to back against Cardinals and Patriots.
Yeah.
But they won last week, didn't they? Oh yeah. On Thanksgiving they beat the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So back on track. They're better than the Bucks. They're at home. They're gonna win. The Lions are, that is.
Yeah.
All right. Next we got the Texans and the Jaguars. Is it a divisional game?
I think so.
I can never remember.
That division. Anyhow,
Yeah.
the Jaguars, they got a win against the Giants, who are
Yeah.
now the worst team in the league, in my opinion, and have been really all season.
Yeah.
Texans aren't, and I think that they'll beat the Jaguars on the road.
Yeah, the Texans, fucking Fitzpatrick, 6
Yeah,
touchdown passes, man. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen all the time.
They lit it up. That was the term I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like we said, another offensive touchdown for J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
The only time people talk about the Texans is when they're trading people to the Patriots
Right.
or from the Patriots.
J.J. Watt does a touchdown or
And,
two. Yeah.
Yep. So what we talked about last week actually happened in the game. So and the Texans are just better than Jaguars. I'm glad the Jaguars beat the Giants, even though it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
if the Giants lose or the Jaguars win. It doesn't fucking matter. Neither of them going to the playoffs. But
But it matters to me that the Giants lost to
Yeah.
the Jaguars.
yeah, exactly.
That was
Like,
an awesome
we were
victory.
watching Red Zone, and it was the dual screen at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little tiny screen. I don't even think they were talking. I think they were talking about the other game that was on the screen. But
A game where it mattered.
yeah, but they showed the winning like field goal or whatever it was, and I was just like yes, like to myself, and because nobody else is paying attention, and so I was happy that the Giants lost just because it's cool.
Yeah.
But the Texans are going to beat the Jaguars because the Jaguars still suck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we got the Jets and the Vikings.
2-10 Jets.
Good.
Yeah, thank God. And I mean, they're capable of upsets. Obviously, they beat the Steelers, and if they were going to pull another upset, I guess this would be the game. But it would be an upset, and not an upset I'm going to vote for. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings are still playing Bridgewater, aren't they?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. The Jets aren't going to win. I mean, like you said, they could. Because it's not like the Vikings are like a dominating team or anything, but I don't think it's a good Vikings against the Jets. Just because.
Not a whole lot else. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next, Giants and Titans.
In this one, I can honestly say at this point that I think the Titans are going to win because they are a better team. You know what I mean? I mean, the Titans are one of those teams that are always just, one of the worst, with a
Yeah.
couple exceptions, a couple years that they played a little better than usual. But Giants are just terrible and just basking in it all season, man.
Yep.
No matter how bad any other games or any of my other teams play, the Giants still suck. So there's that. So this season I can hang my hat on that. But my team is doing good, so that's not the case. But anyhow, I think the Giants suck and the Titans are going to win at home.
Yeah, it's always nice when the Giants lose. Like, even if the Patriots were doing, like, poorly this year, like, I remember in the beginning of the season, after game 1, and maybe even 2, it's like, wow, this is the way the Patriots are going to continue to play. Like, we're not going to do very well.
Right.
And then after week 4, we lit it up 7 in a row, so...
But even if it hadn't, the Giants were playing even
Yeah,
more
even
poorly.
if we had stayed in that rut and we're playing poorly, if we're like 5 and 8 or whatever, as long as the Giants are losing, it would still be a good season.
Right.
So, and the Giants are losing, and we're winning, so it's a great season.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals
And
are
the Cardinals
winning,
are
so
doing
it's
great.
like it's a super great season. But you're right, the Titans are better than the Giants at this point. And a lot of times, like I think we said, like we'll just go against the Giants just because we hate them.
Yeah.
But a lot of these games, yeah, I do think the Giants are going to lose. And I
Yeah.
do think the Titans are going to beat them.
Even with the rookie quarterback, Mettenberger or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
And even with that junior guy with his super glue
Odell
gloves.
Beckham.
Yeah. But yeah, the Titans are going to win. All right, next we got the Rams at the Redskins. Rams and Redskins.
Man, the Rams are showing last week that they are really a competitive team in this league, man. And at first, they didn't play as well, so you've kind of had it like, this feeling about the Rams that they're not good. But I mean, it's too bad they didn't play their first few games as well, because they would be, a prime team in this league. But the Redskins on the other side of that spectrum, and have been playing terribly. I think, actually, I haven't heard much about whether they're going to stick with. I'm sure they are sticking with Colt McCoy.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I think I read something about they're making the wrong decision on benching RG3.
Yeah, I mean, what if they didn't? I mean, how'd that conversation go? Like, what a mess, you know what I mean? Like, okay, we're going to let you play now, like, your confidence, we let this Colt McCoy guy that no one else wanted and, kind of ended up in our roster. But anyhow, Rams are obviously, at this point, far, far better team, and will probably embarrass the Redskins. Yeah,
ever since the Rams got that crazy win against the Seahawks where they did like the fake plays and everything. Yeah. Ever since then, it's like they've been playing really good, really, really good football.
Yeah.
So, and right now they are way better than the Redskins. I'm to go Rams on the road for the win.
I mean, it was the Raiders that they played, but last week when they 52-0. But
the
Raiders, if anything, their defense is their redeeming quality, and completely.
Yeah, I mean,
ran them over.
The Raiders have played some competitive games. They played the Patriots well. It was week 2 or whatever, 3.
But I don't think have they had any games where I think they had 1 or 2 that were 20 plus, but for the most part they're like 10 points or.
Yeah, but I mean they played some good games against some teams, but they suck. But all right, moving on, we got the Bills at the Broncos.
I guess not a whole lot to say in the way of this being competitive. I mean, the Bills are a pretty good team, and I guess I wouldn't be that shocked if they upset the Broncos, but I don't see it, man. And I guess this would be another good win for the Bills to drop lower in our division, and hopefully the same happens to the Dolphins. But I'm gonna go Broncos.
Yeah, I would love to say the Bills.
Yeah.
And like you said, I probably wouldn't be very surprised if the Bills did win because they play some good ball. But the Broncos are at home. They're just so much better at home. They're one of those teams. So I'm going to have to go Broncos for the win, sadly. Well, I mean, it's good for us, like you said, in the division, boosting us up and everyone else down.
Yeah.
But I still like the Broncos to lose.
I would love it, yeah, because then that would be, we'd pretty much be a shoo-in for the number 1 seed.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to go Broncos for the win because they are just better than the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next we got the Chiefs at the Cardinals.
Man, this can be a really tough game for the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
And it's too bad that they're kind of in a rut right now that I hope they can dig out of, man. But the Chiefs lost their game, too, to the Broncos.
Yep.
They're not at home. And I have to go with my Cardinals.
Yeah, with Stanton at quarterback, and when they put him in early in the season, like, he got us 2 wins. Like, he finished the one game and he got a win. And then we lost to the Broncos, but he went down.
He gave me a win on it. Yeah.
And then when he came back, he got us the win when Palmer went down. And then got us one more win in that ugly game where it was just like 14-7 or whatever it was. And then we've lost 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure if he's as good as we wanted him or wanted to think he was when he first came in. Yeah. So, I don't know. We didn't watch last week's game because we were watching the Patriots game instead. But
yeah, they were simultaneous.
Yeah. But, oh, man, and the Chiefs, I think they're a really good team.
Although I can't remember what the stat was. What is it? I can't remember. Alex Smith. That he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in like 4 games or something like that. Like
really?
Any touchdowns they got have gotten have been runs, and even that they haven't. They're kind of few and far between. Most of them field goals. Their scores.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cardinals at home. I think a nice home game. I think we can get the win.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let's hope. Yeah, this is a game we could lose, but we'll see.
All right, next we got the 49ers at the Raiders.
If the Niners play the way they did last week, I mean, obviously it was against a very good defense, but Kaepernick, man, he's been sucking, dude.
Yep.
And
yes, he has.
This is a game that the Raiders could win, but I don't see it. And I'm sure the Niners are better than they played last week, or at least better than the score reflected. And their defense did pretty well, I think their defense will stop the Raiders probably completely. Could even be another shutout. Either way, I think they'll win.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this game. The Raiders suck, but they can play some competitive ball. And the Niners have been sucking, but I still think that they're better. I'm going to go Niners on the road for the win. Next, we got the Seahawks at the Eagles. Ooh, this is an interesting game.
Yeah. And the Seahawks coach, I hate him so much. His face.
I forget his name.
But anyway,
it's right there on the edge of my tongue, but...
He was the coach at USC when Mark Sanchez was the quarterback for USC, so it's kind of like a reunion, teacher versus student, whatever. Eagles are at home, man. This is going to be a good game.
Yep.
I think that... I think I have to give the nod to the Eagles. They played really well last week, and the Seahawks did too, but the way the Seahawks stopped the 49ers, I don't think they'll do that to the Eagles. The Eagles have too much going on. So I think the Eagles will pull out a victory here.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup. I think when I was doing the pre-editing, I chose the Seahawks, but even when I was doing that, I was like, who do I go for? Like, I just kind of went to Seahawks because reigning champions, but I think you're right. I think the Eagles are going to win at home. They're playing good football, even with Mark Sanchez.
He's like breaking records there, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it's not
he had that one really bad game.
Yeah,
the second game that he played or whatever.
Right.
But
even then, it wasn't terrible. But
no,
yeah.
But yeah, the Seahawks, they're just not as dominating as we thought they would be this season. I mean, they're 8-4, but they're struggling a little bit. So I think you're right. I think the Eagles are going to get the win on this one at home.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Patriots at the Chargers. This is a very, very important game.
Yeah. Last week was important. To me, it was really important that I actually kind of like Green Bay, but the first meeting between Tom Brady and Rodgers, and not likely to happen again because they won't play for another 4 years unless they meet in the Super Bowl. The Chargers, as I was starting to mention earlier, Tom Brady's record in December, I think it was 7-48 or something like that. Maybe the number wasn't that high, but it was close to 40. And Phillip Rivers is 6, or I think it was like 30. The win number wasn't quite as high, but he has less losses in December, so he's a good player in December as well. Patriots, I have to go Patriots. I hope that they win the rest of their games.
Yeah, the Chargers, they were real hot in the beginning of the season, then they had that 3-game slide, and I think they're picking the pieces back up. They're getting back on track. And hopefully they lose this game, but they keep winning in their division, because I'd like for them to beat out the Broncos, but that'll never happen. But
yeah,
the Patriots, they really need this win, because it's almost a sure thing that the Broncos win, and we need to stay the same record as them to get the number 1 seed. So, because if we lose this game, then I don't see the Broncos losing divisional games, which are like the last couple of games they have. So the Patriots have to win this game on the road.
And I really think they will, man. I mean, the Packers played a damn near perfect game. They played so well.
Yeah, they only punted once.
Yeah, Rodgers he is phenomenal. Like,
yeah, he really is.
I've kind of, stuck to, I don't care what Peyton Manning does, Brady's a better quarterback, but last few games I've seen Rodgers play, and he's done it his whole career. Like, man, that guy, he is pinpoint accurate. Like, doesn't matter if you got Revis defending someone, he'll throw it right in the guy's arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought it was right before the first half ended in last week's game. The announcers said 5 times Rodgers has targeted someone that Revis was guarding, which is mostly Jordy Nelson.
Yeah.
And there was 5 incompletions. So I was like, cool, Revis is doing a good job.
Yeah.
And then right after that, he throws it to him, gets the catch.
30 all the way.
Yeah, and then runs it in for the touchdown right before the half, which pretty much ended the game for us.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Aaron Rodgers is really good. But I think the Patriots are going to win on the road against the Chargers. I think the Patriots are just a better team than the Chargers. Philip Rivers is a good quarterback, but I mean Tom Brady's better. But
and even though they lost that game, I still think the Patriots are the best team in the league right now. I mean, all around. I was saying earlier that if that game was played at home for the Patriots, I think it would have had a much different outcome.
Yeah, the Patriots are better at home, just like a lot of teams are.
I think on the road against the Packers, it was more even, but I think they're a better team.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have to go Patriots against the Chargers on the road.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have the Monday night game, the last game, the Falcons at the Packers.
Man, Packers, the way they played last week, I don't think I could pick anyone against them right now. So, especially at home, I mean, they've shown that they're pretty much unstoppable at home. They've won every game at home this season, and I don't see the Falcons stopping that. So, if Patriots didn't do it, Falcons aren't going to do it.
Yeah, the Packers they're just crazy good. Aaron Rodgers, he just makes it look so effortless. The way he just it looks like he just barely throws the ball out, and it just lands perfectly in the receiver's arms, and Brady throws it, and Peyton Manning moves around real quick and then throws it real quick, and
style,
but Rodgers just stands there, just lobs it up, it's no big deal. He has.
And for him, it probably isn't. It's probably why doesn't everyone throw it? This is just so easy.
It just comes totally natural for him to just lob it up, and it looks like he's throwing it real softly and slowly, but it just perfect.
To go,
and it's just crazy. And we were talking that Jordy Nelson, he looks like he would be a criminal if he wasn't a football player.
Right, it's just Stevie, AIDS guy or something.
But yeah, I mean they're really good. They damn, I can't believe they beat the Patriots. That sucks, but yeah, I mean there's no stopping the Packers. I don't see them losing another game the rest of the season, especially if they have divisional games coming up. Then the Lions and Bears aren't going to stop them.
Yeah,
so I would say
didn't the Lions beat the Packers earlier this season?
Earlier this season, yeah, that was when they said relax. Yeah, so. I think the Packers, and they might go to the Super Bowl this year. I mean, who else in the NFC is going to fucking stop them?
Right.
The Seahawks? Probably not.
Perhaps, but I don't see them getting a higher seed than the Packers. So.
No. Well, right now, I mean, it's the Packers and Cardinals, wouldn't it be, right? 9-3, yeah, they're both 9-3, so. Yeah, I mean, I think the Packers are going to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
Packers and Patriots.
Should be, yeah. If it was a just world, the way it should be, then that's what it'll be. And then the Patriots will win in a truly just world.
Yep. Anyway. All right, well, that was our predictions for Week 14. Tune in next week when we do a recap of Week 14 and see which games we got right and wrong, and our picks for Week 15. But until then, I'm your host, Movie Master Mike.
And I'm Boston Boy.
All right, see you later.